I usually like writing speeches, but I didn't really write one because I was up all night. So you have to forgive me. You have to forgive me. So what happened today in Los Angeles and what happened over the last week in Los Angeles was one of the most magnificent demonstrations of collective action that the United States has seen in decades. Give it up for yourself. We did not win because of a single leader. We did not win because of a small group of leaders. We won because you, at 900 schools across the entire city, with parents, with students, with community organizations, you walked the line. You did this. Feel your power. Do you feel your power? Do you feel your power? Do you feel your power? Now we gotta learn. Now we're teachers, right? A lot of us are teachers, right? And a lot of us are students, and a lot of us are parents who know teachers, right? And we, as teachers, we like to learn. So we gotta learn from this, right? When we come together, we will win. When we organize, we will win. When we connect with parents, we will win. Learn from this. Learn from this. So I want to tell you a couple of things that we won here. And the fight is not over. Is the fight over? Are we ready to keep on fighting for justice? Okay. The fight is not over, but we won a lot of things. In fact, it is very rare that you go to the bargaining table with as many demands that we had, and you win almost every single one of them. That is because we were getting phone calls and texts and emails from people all over the country saying, "Damn, you know how to strike in LA!" So a couple things we won. Arlene said a couple of these, but I'm going to say them again. You know that little clause in our contract that let them raise class size whenever they wanted to? That is gone! And reducing class size, and I gotta say again, I say this each time, that the parents and the students who have joined with us and been a part of this movement, it has been so touching and so moving. Let's give a huge round of applause for the parents and the students who are with us. It's gonna, and look, like with any struggle, you gotta win some things, and then you gotta keep on building your power, right? So on class size, it's gonna take a couple of years, but we are gonna see those class sizes going down, 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 down to where our contract is. We are gonna have our contract respected on class size. You did that. This district is going to hire 300 more nurses. You did that. This district is going to hire 80 more teacher librarians. You did that. This district is going to finally be held to a 500-to-1 counselor ratio. You did that. that you all did, because I don't know whether you noticed this, but you were on the news across the entire country. You are superstars in the news. Did you notice that? And one of the things that all the newspapers said is that this strike, and this movement of parents is raising the issue of corporate charter schools in a way that they have never been raised before. You did that! We have put the threat of privatization on the map, and it is never going to get taken off the map. We are going to keep on fighting. And for the first time, and in one of the first contracts in the United States, I think San Diego, our brothers and sisters in San Diego, are one of the only other ones. One of the first contracts in the United States, we now have language in our contract to protect district neighborhood schools from charter co-locations. And another thing that they said, all of the news stories across the country said, we have put on the map like no other struggle in recent history is the issue of school funding. And guess what? Because of your strike, a strike owned by teachers, by educators, by parents, by students, because of your strike, lots more people came out and said, Sacramento, our schools deserve more funding. And you all know that for a long time, you know the district started out offering you 0% on salary, right? You know that, right? And then when they started offering you like a certain percentage, they said that you had to work more hours to get that pay raise, right? Because let me hear it from the people in back there with the signs in back. Because you don't work hard enough, right? You gotta work more, right? Well, guess what? We got a straight 6% pay raise, no extra work, no attack on health care. We got it straight. And by the way, they also said, get this, they said that for you to get your pay raise, you had to agree to sell out teachers that you don't even know. Teachers that haven't even started teaching yet, by making their health care harder to get. Well, guess what? We knocked that out, and that's not part of it. Now another thing, and we should all give a huge round of applause to our community partners in Reclaim Our Schools Los Angeles. Let's give it up for Reclaim Our Schools LA. We won the district. We said, look, you can't let these corporate charter schools advertise themselves and act like they're the only thing in town that's educating kids. We said, you've got to invest in a homegrown LA school district model, and we've got investment in 30 schools to become community schools. That's part of this agreement. Community schools that have wraparound services for our families. Community schools that actually have music and the arts. Community schools that have systematic parent engagement. You did that. You did that. And look, I know we all love, and by the way, it is really moving how emotional of a day this is. As I've been walking around seeing members crying with joy about you having just sacrificed a few days of your life to do one of the most important events in LA history. That is emotional. We should own that. We should love that. Be emotional about it. And the best thing about it, guess what you did? You changed the narrative. Do you all remember John Daisy? You all back on the steps, back there, way back there. Do you guys remember John Daisy? And do you remember how much he would attack and malign educators? Do you remember that? Well, guess what you did with this strike? You changed the national narrative. You went on strike for your students. You went on strike so that your students have lower class sizes, more nurses, more counselors, more music, more arts. They can never turn that around and say that we're greedy, selfish teachers because you struck for your students. And I know another issue that's close to our heart is special education. Let's hear it for our special educators out there. And about special education, our educators who teach special education have to do all of that testing and all of that compliance work. And this contract gets you 2 release days to do that work. So that you don't have to be trying to manage your class and do that work at the same time. That's what being a professional is. And I want to take a second here. I'm almost done. You see, when I haven't slept and I don't write my speech, I speak for a long time. I apologize. So I want to give a shout out to Mayor Eric Garcetti, who helped bring us together. He helped bring us together and helped us get to this agreement. And I want to give a shout out to the best union staff of any union in the country, the UTLA staff. And I want to tell you something else. When we told the country, when we told the United States, hey, you know what? We might be going on strike. And it's going to be in January, and it's going to be in LA. Well, there were a lot of people who wanted to come here from across the country. And so we got 52 staff from our national and state affiliate unions. Give them a huge round of applause for helping build this winning strike. And we have victories today for early education and adult education. And we got a victory where the district has agreed that we should be working to cut standardized testing by 50%. By 50%. And you know, when we go out, when we started this campaign, we not only surveyed members to see what you wanted us to fight for, we surveyed students and parents and community organizations. And we don't forget about our friends here at UTLA. And so we went to the table and we fought for students and communities and parents. And you know what we won? We won. The district is going to expand the number of schools that do not do the racially discriminatory searches on campus. That's a victory for our youth and against racism and for racial justice. And with the help Garcetti, we formed a task force that is going to figure out how to remove all those old unused bungalows from your campus and turn all those old unused bungalows into green space on your campus. How do you feel about that? And you know what else we want with the district? We formed an immigrant defense fund so that families of our students who are being attacked and whose rights are being attacked, so we can defend them and give them funding to defend themselves and their families. Let's hear it for our immigrant families. Let's hear it for our immigrant families. And we got victories for our ROP teachers and ROC teachers. We got victories for our substitutes. We got victories. We got more office space for our psychologists and psychiatric social workers. But the biggest win, and I'm going to end with this, the biggest win out of all of those is the victory. Is everybody listening to this? Yeah! The biggest win is us teaching Los Angeles and teaching the United States that when you come together, when you organize, when you build bridges between each other, when you build bridges with parents, when you build bridges with students, and you fight, and if you have to, you strike. We taught Los Angeles and the United States how to fight and how to win. Did we teach people how to fight and win? Did we teach people how to fight and win? That's the best thing that teachers can do. And you just taught the best lesson of your life. Give it up for teachers. I love you guys. You won this victory. Feel your power. Be proud. Love you guys.